What if I told you that at this very moment, there are countless versions of you living different lives across infinite realities? That somewhere, there's a version of you who's already achieved everything you're striving for: wealth beyond measure, perfect health, deep fulfilling relationships, and a sense of purpose that fills you with joy every morning. This isn't science fiction, it's quantum reality, and today, I'm going to teach you how to tap into it through a technique called quantum jumping. In this video, you're going to discover how to consciously shift your consciousness to align with your ideal reality, the version of you that already exists in the quantum field. It's not magic, it's not mysticism. It's based on principles of quantum physics and neuroscience that are revolutionizing our understanding of consciousness and reality creation. Get ready to learn how to break free from the limitations of your current reality and step into the version of your life you've always dreamed of living. Your transformation begins now. Reality isn't what we've been taught to believe. Since childhood, we've been conditioned to see the world as fixed, solid, and separate from our consciousness. But the truth is far more extraordinary. At the quantum level, reality exists as pure potential, waves of probability that only collapse into definite states when observed. This means that reality isn't happening to you, it's responding to you. Your consciousness is literally shaping the world you experience moment by moment. But here's the mind-bending truth. Every possibility that could exist does exist, just not in the same reality stream you're currently experiencing. Think about it like this. Every time you make a decision, reality branches into multiple paths. In one reality, you turn left. In another, you turn right. Both realities continue to exist and unfold with all their consequences. This means there's a version of you who made every possible choice you didn't make. There's a version who took that risk you were afraid to take. There's a version who pursued that passion you set aside. There's a version who already embodies the confidence, wealth, health, and fulfillment you're striving for. Quantum jumping isn't about creating something new. It's about tuning your consciousness to a frequency that already exists. It's about recognizing that you aren't separate from your ideal self. You're simply experiencing a different reality stream. The separation is an illusion created by limited perception. When you understand this, you realize that transformation doesn't require years of struggle and effort. It requires a shift in consciousness, a quantum jump from one reality stream to another. Your consciousness operates on multiple levels. Your conscious mind, the part you identify with, is only the surface level. Beneath it lies your subconscious, which is like the operating system running your life behind the scenes. This operating system was programmed primarily during your first 7 years of life, when your brain was in a highly receptive theta state. During this time, you absorbed beliefs, patterns, and perceptions from your environment without filtering them through critical thinking. Your subconscious mind loves familiarity more than it loves happiness. It will always choose the devil it knows over the angel it doesn't. This is why so many people sabotage themselves when positive changes begin happening. The new reality feels threatening to the subconscious programming. Your current reality isn't a reflection of your true potential, it's a reflection of your deepest programming. Quantum jumping works because it bypasses the logical mind and speaks directly to your subconscious, retuning it to a different frequency. Think of it like this. You're not trying to become someone new, you're remembering who you truly are across the infinite spectrum of existence. You're reclaiming versions of yourself that have always existed but that you've been programmed to disconnect from. Now let's get into the practical method of quantum jumping. This isn't a mere visualization technique, it's a consciousness-shifting practice that will allow you to access and embody your ideal self. I'm going to guide you through a 5-step process that you can practice daily. Step 1. Entering the quantum state. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine straight and your palms resting on your thighs. Close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath. Inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. Continue this rhythmic breathing for at least 2 minutes. With each breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into a trance-like state. This is the threshold between worlds, the quantum state where rigid reality begins to soften and become malleable. As you continue breathing, imagine your consciousness expanding beyond the boundaries of your physical body. Feel yourself becoming vast, boundless, extending into the quantum field where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Step 2. Accessing the corridor of realities. From this expanded state, visualize before you a long corridor stretching infinitely in both directions. This is the corridor of realities, a symbolic representation of the multiverse. Along this corridor are countless doors, each one leading to a reality where a different version of you exists. Some doors lead to realities only slightly different from your current one. Others lead to dramatically different life experiences. Take a moment to simply observe this corridor. Feel its vastness. Recognize that you stand at a pivot point with access to infinite possibilities. Now, clearly define the reality you wish to access. Be specific about the version of yourself you want to connect with. What have they achieved? How do they feel moving through the world? What qualities do they embody? As you hold this clear intention, notice that one of the doors begins to glow with an inviting light. This is the reality where that version of you exists. Step 3. Meeting your quantum self. Walk slowly toward this glowing door. With each step, feel your consciousness shifting, preparing to align with this new frequency. When you reach the door, place your hand on the handle. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, open the door and step through. You now find yourself in the reality of your quantum self. Look around and notice the details of this reality. What does their environment look like? How does the air feel? What energy permeates this space? Then, see your quantum self before you, the version of you who has already achieved what you desire. Don't just observe their external appearance, sense their internal state. Notice how they carry themselves, how they breathe, the look in their eyes. Approach this version of yourself with openness and curiosity. As you get closer, you begin to feel their energy field, their vibration. This is the frequency of the reality they inhabit. Ask them, "What do you know that I need to remember?" Listen deeply for their response. This isn't just imagination. You're accessing the wisdom that exists in this quantum reality. Step 4. The quantum merge. Now comes the most powerful part of the practice. Standing before your quantum self, declare your intention. I reclaim this expression of my being. I remember who I truly am. As you make this declaration, step forward and merge with your quantum self. Feel your physical body, emotional state, and thought patterns aligning with theirs. This isn't about replacing who you are, it's about expanding into a more complete expression of your potential. Feel the integration happening at every level of your being. Physically, notice how your posture shifts, how your breathing changes, how energy moves differently through your body. Emotionally, experience the emotional baseline of this version of you, whether it's confidence, peace, joy, or power. Mentally, observe how your thoughts flow differently, how you perceive opportunities and challenges from this new perspective. Energetically, feel the distinctive vibration of this reality becoming your own. Stay in this merged state for at least 2 minutes, fully embodying this quantum self. This isn't pretending, it's remembering a truth that already exists. Step 5. Returning with quantum consciousness. When you feel complete with the merge, it's time to bring this consciousness back to your present reality. But understand, you're not leaving this quantum self behind. You're bringing their consciousness with you. Visualize yourself returning through the quantum door, but now you're carrying the energy, wisdom, and capabilities of your quantum self. As you step back into the corridor, see the door gently closing behind you. The connection remains open. You can return anytime, but now you're integrating this consciousness into your daily life. Walk back down the corridor until you reach the entry point. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, feel yourself returning to full awareness of your physical surroundings, but with the consciousness of your quantum self now integrated into your being. To anchor this new state, create a physical gesture, perhaps touching your heart center with your fingertips. This becomes your quantum trigger, a way to instantly reconnect with this consciousness throughout your day. Slowly open your eyes, carrying the energy and awareness of your quantum self with you. Quantum jumping isn't just a practice you do in meditation, it's a new way of moving through the world. To maintain and deepen this shift in consciousness, you need to embody your quantum self in everyday life. Here are 5 essential ways to live from this expanded state of being. Morning quantum alignment. Begin each day by reconnecting with your quantum self. Before you even get out of bed, close your eyes and feel yourself merging once again with your ideal self. Set a clear intention to move through your day from this expanded consciousness. This morning alignment only takes 2 to 3 minutes but creates the energetic foundation for your entire day. Physical embodiment. Your quantum self likely moves, speaks, and holds their body differently than your previous self. Consciously adopt these physical patterns. How does your quantum self walk? How do they sit? What's their facial expression? Your physical body isn't just a vehicle for consciousness, it's an expression of consciousness. By changing how you move and express yourself physically, you strengthen the quantum connection. Quantum decision-making. Throughout your day, you face countless decisions, from what to eat for breakfast to how to respond to challenging situations. For each decision, pause and ask, what would my quantum self choose? This simple question aligns your actions with the reality stream of your ideal self. Each quantum-aligned choice creates momentum, making the next choice easier and more natural. Remember, your quantum self isn't separate from you. You're not trying to guess what some other person would do. You're accessing the wisdom that already exists within your expanded consciousness. Reality reinforcement. The external world will continue to reflect your old reality for a time, even as your consciousness shifts. This is where many people get discouraged and slip back into old patterns. When you encounter circumstances that seem to contradict your new reality, recognize them as echoes of your previous frequency. Don't resist them or see them as evidence that it's not working. Instead, simply reaffirm your quantum consciousness. Say to yourself, this is a reflection of who I was, not who I am becoming. I choose to respond from my quantum consciousness. Quantum relationships. The people in your life have been relating to the previous version of you. As you shift, some relationships will naturally evolve, while others may feel uncomfortable with the new you. Don't try to convince others of your transformation. Simply embody it. Some people will be inspired by your shift and rise to meet you. Others may distance themselves as they feel the dissonance between their frequency and your new one. Trust this natural reorganization of your social field. Your quantum self attracts relationships that reflect and support your new consciousness. As your consciousness shifts, you may also encounter what seems like resistance from the external world. People reacting strangely to your changes. Unexpected obstacles appearing in your path. Situations that trigger old patterns and pull you back to your previous state. Remember that what we call external reality is ultimately a reflection of consciousness. These apparent obstacles are actually opportunities to strengthen your quantum alignment. When external resistance appears, reframe it as feedback rather than opposition. Ask yourself, what opportunity for growth is being presented here? We stand at a pivotal moment in human history, a time when the ancient wisdom of consciousness mastery is converging with the cutting-edge discoveries of quantum physics. The veil between realities is thinning, and more people are awakening to the truth of their multidimensional nature. Quantum jumping isn't just a technique for personal transformation. It's a doorway to remembering who you truly are beyond the limitations of conditioned identity. As you practice shifting your consciousness, you're not just changing your individual life, you're contributing to the evolution of collective human awareness. Each time you choose to embody your quantum self, you make it easier for others to do the same. Your shifted consciousness creates ripples across the quantum field, touching lives in ways you may never directly witness. Remember that your ideal reality isn't something you need to build through years of struggle and effort. It already exists as a living possibility in the infinite spectrum of the multiverse. Your only task is to align your consciousness with that reality, to remember and reclaim the truth of who you are. Begin your quantum jumping practice today. Commit to at least 20 minutes daily for the next 21 days. Notice the subtle and profound shifts that occur not just in your external circumstances but in your internal experience of being alive. The door to your ideal reality stands open before you. The choice to step through it has always been yours. If this message resonates with the truth you've always known in your heart, join our quantum community by subscribing to this channel. The quantum you is calling.